This entire scene segment starts off with Carla Jean, who is Llewellyn's wife, walking into a room in her house where she is met by Anton sitting menacingly in a chair. As she notices Anton, you can feel the wave of anxiety hit her with a sharp inhale and worried eyes. It's key to recognize the lighting in this scene, with Carla staying in the window frame with natural lighting hitting her, and Anton sitting in the corner with no light hitting him, other than a streak of light hitting his hands. This could represent Anton as a demon lurking in the shadows, but what really stands out to me here is his hands being lit represents that Carla's fate is already sealed, with both Carla and just his hands, which are his killing machines, being lit up by the natural lighting. Anton brings up the fact that he promised Llewellyn that he would kill her, which he never does in the movie, and when Carla says he doesn't have to do it, he denies and mocks her, saying, "People always say the same thing." But it's true. Did Anton truly need to kill Carla? If he never promised Llewellyn and she's not in the way of Anton killing Llewellyn, then Anton broke the cycle of fate that he holds. He offers her to call it on a coin toss, claiming it's the best he can do. But no matter what Anton says, she will not call it. She says the coin has no say and that Anton represents. Anton responds, "I got here the same way the coin did," further implying that life is predetermined from the start. It's just a matter of time before things happen. The scene ends with Anton exiting the house and checking his shoes, implying that he did indeed kill Carla in her home. And this sets up the next scene because Anton broke the cycle of fate by denying Carla's refusal of the coin toss, thus life kicking him for it with the car crash. Pass it over to Hudson to tell you more about that.
After killing Llewellyn's wife, Anton steps outside, checking his boots for blood, which implies the murder of Llewellyn's wife. As he does this, two kids pass by Anton on bikes, which is a foreshadowing of the aftermath of Anton's car crash in this scene. The kids represent purity that Anton doesn't have, while Anton tries to follow some sort of moral compass using fate to decide the outcome of others' lives, even though Anton himself is not above fate, as fate rather catches up to him at the ending of this scene. We then get a close-up of Anton looking at the kids riding their bikes behind him, with a cold and expressionless look on his face. Anton then gazes ahead at the light and watches it turn green. All these cuts happen fairly fast. That combined with the uncomfortable silence and lack of a soundtrack causes a lot of suspense to be built for the viewer. But before you're even able to process that, Anton is T-boned by a car that illegally run the red light. The viewer is then met with a bird's eye or God's view of the car crash, which is meant to symbolize the fate of this accident, as the car crash is far beyond Anton's control and possibly predetermined by the universe. The clash of this car crash and Anton's fate is ironic because Anton is supposed to represent fate in this movie, but it seems as though he's abused his power and fate has caught up to him because of it. Throughout the movie, Anton makes his victims flip a coin to decide their fate in life or death. However, Llewellyn's wife refuses to submit and play his game. Anton ends up killing her anyways, but this could lead to the reason of Anton's uncanny car crash that ends his killing spree throughout the movie. The camera then pans down to Anton's arm, where his bone is sticking out of his arm, which implies that he can no longer use that arm to continue murdering people, as fate has taken that privilege away from him. Anton, who is seen as the perpetrator of fate, shows his victims that no one can cheat it. But when Anton himself tries to cheat fate, his powers are taken away, and he is no longer the perpetrator.
What did you take for the shirt?
Well, hell, mister, I'll give you my shirt. Look at that fucking bone.
This is followed up with a brief interaction between Anton and one of the kids riding their bikes. Anton then pays for the kid's shirt in order to tie his arm up into a sling. He then tells the kids to tell the police that he was never there and he already left before they saw anything. Anton is then seen walking away with an extreme limp, seeing that his reign is finally over.
Hell, mister. Okay, I don't mind helping someone out. It's a lot of money.
Take it. Take it, and you didn't see me. I was already gone.
Yes, sir.
Even though Anton is injured in the moment, his legacy is being the most gangster and badass character in any movie ever.
scene of Anton walking away from his car crash is transitioned by something called the dissolve, where one shot fades into another shot, often used to tell the audience that time has passed. The scene fades into a close-up shot of Sheriff Bell. The pacing of these opening shots are to emphasize the huge event that had just unfolded. The silence and stillness of the scenes, mixed with the entire film not having any music, amplifies the chaos of the last scene, while your mind races figuring out if Anton still made it. Behind Bell there is a window frame showing two trees, one old and leaves have fallen off representing Bell the old man, and the other is young and prospering with leaves and branches representing the new generation that has to face the world's evil. Bell in some sort of deep thought. Now that he is retired, he feels empty without his purpose. The sheriff keeps the expression of deep contemplation throughout the whole scene. The scene moves on to the main topic, which is Bell's dreams. At first he is reluctant to tell his dreams, showing that he struggles to talk about his feelings. Bell then states his father is younger than him by 20 years, implying that he died at a young age, and reminding us how old Bell is. The scene turns into a close-up shot of Bell describing his dreams. The first dream he describes is his father gives him some money and Bell lost it, sort of implying his feelings of failure, or that he failed his father for not being able to keep up with the evil and save Llewellyn. This is also further implied by the intro monologue when the young boy said he would kill again if he was let out, and instead of being scared from the death penalty or the afterlife, he said a sort of sarcastic remark, "I'll be there in 15 minutes. Bell didn't know what to make of that, implying now he's the old man. And the other dream, Bell is riding up a mountain on horseback, where he spots his father with a gleaming horn in the moonlight, gathering fire equipment and going on to the afterlife and waiting for him. And then he wakes up. This represents Bell's fear of death as he gets older and death approaches, but he still has to wake up and continue living. The film ends with an unresolved feeling and a more pessimistic view of life, that terror and evil will persist with no rules or justice, as Anton will most likely get away, and all the good guys die at the end of the day.